So are property prices going to fall or not? Well, that's a great debate, and we know we get outdated information from the Office of National Statistics. But here's a latest report from RightMove where they talk about their house price index. Hi everyone, my name is Simon Mishevich from Optimised Accountants, and in this video I want to talk about the RightMove house price index that has been reported. You can check the URL yourself, so go and grab that by pausing the video and have a look at the full report yourself. I want to bring our attention back to the ONS. In September they did a report to talk about July prices, so there is definitely a lag measure, hence the reason why I'm now choosing to look at the ONS report, Office National Statistics, which is showing in July the house prices was 292,000. That was reported in September, late September, but hopefully these reports from RightMove will be a bit more up to date. So tell me what you think about these reports as we go through, and anything more useful sources of information that I can use in my future videos. Please share those with me in the below text box. I'll get my teeth in right. Property tax and mortgages is obviously what we focus on. We don't look at mortgages per se. We work with a strategic partner, but there is a QR code. So if you do need a buy-to-let mortgage, then feel free to use that QR code. The description box will contain the URL for that as well. So let's get back into RightMove, asking prices. The average price of property coming to the market rises by 0.7% in the month but it's to September, to 367,760, which is really interesting because when I've looked at other reports, they've said it's going down slightly, but RightMove is saying it's gone up. So really interesting how they are contradicting one another on the reports. The percentage monthly average asking prices have gone up, as it shows here, which is really interesting. And again, it says this month's rise in new sellers' prices is in line with the 10-year September average increase of 0.6% from August. And normally August we see this holiday period. So when people are reporting on August, say it's dim and gloom because house prices have fallen. Well, that was just a holiday period. But what is it doing in September, October, November? And that's really going to be the key months that we need to look at. And I will be reporting them as soon as they come to light. But again, do tell me what you're seeing. A lot of comments I see on my videos, people saying, what are you talking about, you numpty? Which is a bit harsh. I'm just reporting what I see as well. It's not my opinion. So I feel really hurt by those comments. But the trolls will be out there anyway, calling me that. So anyway, let's get back into what you think. Are you seeing a price slip in your area? And tell me which area you are in as well, because if you're on the south, apparently they are reporting price drops more than the people in the north, but it would be good to know what you are seeing. This is an interesting graph, that average monthly amount spent on first-time home buyers. So we look at first-time home buyers, and the green graph is based on the line is saying mortgage payment and 10%, and you'll see it just shooting up. And that's because the interest rates are going up. We're also seeing the fact that there potentially is more risk in the market. So are there big arrangement fees from mortgage lenders, whatever it might be, but it's now pushing it above what you might pay in rent per month. So if that's the case, well, people prefer to rent rather than buy, and especially if they're worried about house prices falling or collapsing to 50% is what I'm seeing. And on my comments, people are saying that 35%, 50%, which is really interesting if people think that. The first time buyer mortgage payment is based on the Bank of England data. The average is for 90% loan to value, 2-year fixed mortgages. And again, just thinking about 2-year fixed, just a personal opinion here, but I wouldn't be looking at a 2-year fixed. I'll probably be looking at long term, maybe a 5-year plan, which is again very interesting to where I'm in Spain, because once you get a loan, I have a loan at 2.5%, 2.25%, but it's for the lifetime of the mortgage, so I'm quite comfortable. In America, it's a 30-year mortgage. Only kind of I'm seeing in the UK where you have this short-term fixing, which is really scary if you think interest rates are going to increase beyond the 5-year period. But again, tell me what mortgage rates you are getting or being quoted. We know that a lot of buy-to-let market products are being taken off the market altogether. Is that affecting you? Please do drop in your comments. Really want to know what you guys are feeling out there. Just going back to RightMove data, they said modest slowing in annual house price growth to 9.5% in September from 10% in August. In September, annual house price slowed to single digits for the first time since October, although 9.5%, the pace of increase remains robust. First-time home buyers cost pressures, though the new stamp duty cuts may provide some additional support. Average monthly payments for first-time buyers are currently 1,057, which is 40% of the average gross salary, which is incredibly high for first time since November 2012, so a long time ago. So cost of living is exceptionally high, as we all know. They will jump to £1,114, make it even harder if lenders pass on the latest interest rates of 0.5%, which inevitably they are going to have to do so at some point. They continue, the market remains surprisingly resilient. Well, what? Resilient. Okay. Tell me what you think about that, because they're saying resilient. I know that other house price indexes are saying quite the same thing, that they're not seeing a house price crash yet. But what are you seeing? Again, don't shoot at me because I'm just reading what they're saying. Okay, it's not my report. So please don't shoot me. I am just the messenger. Okay. Have you heard that one before? Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the messenger. Resilient, despite growing economic pressures, buying demand is up 20% on the pre-pandemic 5-year average. And the stamp duty could stimulate some more demand over the next few months, which those new stamp duty line tax rates aren't here forever, apparently, just like the additional rate 45% tax band was removed altogether. The number of homes coming to market has risen back to 2019 levels, giving buyers more choice. So that's an interesting comment, isn't it? Because if there is more products coming out, more housing coming out on the market, but there's less people wanting to buy, could that put pressure onto house prices? It's the basics of economics, supply and demand. If there's less demand, there's a lot more supply, then house prices inevitably have to come down at some level. But what percentage do you think it will be? It'd be interesting to tell me if you think it's 5%, 10%, 20%. Even the craziest price drops I've seen from people saying 50%. I can't ever see that. But it'd be interesting to see what you have to say on this matter.